Posted by you/dog. My husband, 45M, and I, 36F, met about 6 years ago. We have been married for 1 year. When we met, I was very fit and athletic. However, I started gaining weight after suffering 2 miscarriages and the loss of my mother to cancer. I was very depressed and barely got out of bed, except to go to work. I stopped exercising and instead started eating junk food. I gained 40 pounds in 2 years, 2019 to 2020. During this time, my husband, then fiancé, was very supportive and loving. I felt guilty and tried to give him an out several times, but instead, he proposed, and we got married last summer. Since our marriage, I have been feeling much better, and it shows. I have lost around 20 pounds so far, and I've gained back my muscles and abs. He was so happy to see me feeling better. On his computer, however, it was a totally different story. He had been talking, almost throughout our entire relationship, to his ex-wife about me. His ex-wife, 46F, left him about 7 to 8 years ago for her colleague. That relationship didn't work out, and she tried to get back together with my husband. He had already met me, but they stayed friends, mostly via chat and texting, since she lives 12 hours away. My husband was complaining about everything related to me, my job, my depression, my cooking, but mostly my weight. He told her how disgusting I was to him, how he even found it hard to share the same bed because I snored like a dog. He sent her pictures of me while sleeping, sometimes wearing very little, with comments about my belly, double chin, big rolls, etc. She found these pictures extremely amusing, and she came up with the name White Whale. They both found it hilarious, and now that's what they referred to me as. They don't flirt exactly or talk about being together or starting an affair, but they do say that they miss each other and reminisce about the time they were married. She's more flirtatious, and he really enjoys it. Whatever he's telling her isn't what I've experienced with him. I don't disgust him. He tells me that he loves me all the time. We have great, passionate bedroom intimacy, and the way he touches and makes love to me is so intimate that he must be a really good actor if he is, in reality, disgusted by me. He even hates the few times we have to sleep apart. He's lying, and I don't know why he's doing it. He's lying to one of us, and I'm not sure if I want to know who he's lying to or why. I've decided to get out of this marriage and leave this behind me. Right now, I'm acting like everything is normal, but I've started looking for a new job in another city and place to rent. I've also started taking birth control pills in case something happens between us, and I've talked to a lawyer to prepare for the divorce and start the process once I'm gone. One thing I'm not going to do is fall back into depression and weight gain. I will not allow it. What a waste of love he has been. Edit. I can't believe I need to explain this about the birth control pills. Very simple explanation. Up until I went through his messenger, I loved and trusted this guy. We had a great bedroom life, and we were trying to conceive. When I read what he had written and saw the way he took pictures of me sleeping, something inside of me changed. It's like I don't know the person in front of me anymore. I can't read his face, and I don't trust him. I don't know how long I'm going to need to stay under the same roof with him. I don't know what his reaction would be if I refused him for a long period of time without a real excuse. I don't know what else he's capable of besides taking pictures of people while they're sleeping. I don't know if, in a moment of weakness, I might succumb to lust or if he could fool me into believing he actually loved me. For all these reasons, and for many darker scenarios I've played out in my head, I'm taking extra precautions. Anyone with the IQ of a chicken could understand that, or so I hope. Thank you, everyone, for the support. I will update you when I know more about where I'm headed. Update 3 weeks later. Hi again, I don't know how to make an update, but my original post is on my profile. I'm feeling happy, so happy for the first time in weeks, and I wanted to share that with you since many of you supported me and requested an update. I thought it would be the decent thing to do. So here goes nothing. I didn't pry or spy on my husband. I used his MacBook to do some work, and he had forgotten to log out from Facebook and Messenger. He has never given me any reason to spy on him. After I found out, however, I would occasionally check his phone, maybe hoping that it was all a bad joke. He continued complaining anyhow, and now he was telling her I was being distant and cold in manner, and that he was tired of me. He even lied and told her I was gaining more weight, even though I'm not. He told her we weren't having bedroom intimacy. I avoided him, because he couldn't find it under the rolls of fat, a joke she highly appreciated. I didn't spy after that, I got the confirmation I needed. In the meantime, he acted like the worried husband with me, concerned about me and asking if I was going through a new depression. He told me he loved me and that he was there for me. He did everything like he had in previous times when I had dips, called from work, came home with takeout from my favorite restaurants, did all the cleaning and washing around the house, baked fresh bread in the mornings, brought flowers and chocolate, and asked me if I wanted to go for nighttime drives/walks. He used to take me for drives on the nights I was feeling very down and depressed. How can anyone be so two-faced? I have my big sister who lives in another city. I told her that I was leaving my husband and that I was looking for jobs in her city. My sister is married, and she lives with her husband and daughter in a big house. She offered me one of her spare bedrooms. I got a few job interviews, and one of them turned into an offer. It's not exactly my field of work, and it came with a significant decrease in salary, but I thought about it and it's a good start until something more suitable comes up. I didn't want to prolong my stay with him any longer, and a decrease in income is a good sacrifice. Plus, I'm going to have lower rent, and I'm selling my car since the new job is within walking distance from my sister's house. No more worrying about the crazy gas prices. My new job starts on October 1st. I'm working my notice period from my computer. During the 2 months between jobs, I'm just going to have fun and work on myself. I took my name off the lease, but I'm going to pay for 2 more months. I left him last Sunday. The night before, I prepared a very nice dinner, and I effed his brains out all night. It felt so good to hear him whispering how much he loved me and how lucky he was to have me. In the morning, I left the divorce papers and my attorney's number in the kitchen. When I got to my sister's, I finally told her and the rest of my family about everything. I showed them all his conversations and even the pictures he'd taken of me. They're all pissed at him. He has been calling and texting obsessively, but he doesn't know where I live now. He emailed, and even went to my parents' house, but they just shunned him at the door and advised him to let me go. Maybe he knows now, because he's been asking to explain and apologize, etc. I don't care. All I've texted back is that if he wants to convey a message, he can do it through my lawyer.